Good morning, Blazers. Thank you all for having me today in honor of Veterans Day. It's not often I get the opportunity to speak in front of 1,000 people. In fact, it's never happened. So bear with me here and wish me luck. Also, you might notice I take big breaths. It's hard to breathe in this uniform as I get going. So again, bear with me. With that said, again, my wife and GEHS coach and teacher, Ms. Holly Green, asked me kindly to come here today and speak with you all, and quite frankly, I couldn't refuse. My name is Sergeant Tony Green. I'm a United States Marine and a combat veteran of 2 tours in Iraq. I proudly served with the most decorated division of the United States Marine Corps, 3rd Battalion, 1st Marine Division. From 2004 to 2008, I entered my service in the Marine Corps 17 days after graduating in 2004 and experienced my first combat tour at the ripe age of 18. After leaving the Marines in 2008 and receiving an honorable discharge, I've gone on to complete my Bachelor's of Science degree in Management from Baker University, and I now work as a senior account executive with a digital media company out of San Francisco. It's been 6 years since my last day of service, and quite frankly, I miss it every day. Moving on, the specific purpose of my speech this morning is to really inform you all about the meaning behind the applied, or the famous speech, duty, honor, country, through my own experience as a U.S. Marine and as a combat veteran of the United States military. For those who have fought for it, freedom has a flavor the protected will never know. That was a statement made by a Vietnam vet, Tim Kraft. In May of 1962, General Douglas MacArthur gave the famous speech, Duty, Honor, Country, to the graduating class of West Point graduates who were about to embark on a journey that would forever change their lives. I too know of this journey as I took that very same path to join America's finest fighting force, the United States Marines. I have had the humble opportunity of proudly serving my country in lands far from home and have witnessed firsthand the tragedies and triumphs of war. Today I'm going to reveal to you exactly what General Douglas MacArthur meant when he referred to the words duty, honor, and country. Duty, honor, country was the motto in the motivational speech given to the West Point military graduates to instill and give insight into the obligations of duties of service, the honor of their service, and the nobility of fighting for our great country, the United States of America. To begin, I'll explain to you the duties that are entrusted to our U.S. service members to diligently and proudly perform as a member of our elite armed forces. The main job in the military is to carry out the duties of the mission assigned with successful completion and at all costs. Thus, the Marine slogan, Semper Fidelis, means just that, always faithful. At all costs, in many instances, it meant going above and beyond the call of duty, to put your own life on the line for the man or the woman next to you, and to complete the mission at hand. The combat veterans of today's generation, and the veterans of wars past, have given witness to these tragedies. However, each of them is likely to view such selfless sacrifices as an honor and duty to one's service. And so it's been said and tested on many lands far from home. My only regret is that I have but one life to give for my country. Next, I'd like to discuss the honor of actually serving your country. Any Marine will tell you that the emblem that we wear on our uniforms, the Eagle, Globe, and Anchor, is an emblem that is earned, never given. That same honor is carried on every day through the thousands of veterans that we know and live with today. And it's an honor that is achieved by giving something greater than oneself to a cause that's ultimately derived from love. Love for your country, love for your family, and love for the men and women in uniform that are next to you. Thus, it's been said that the true soldier fights not because he hates what's in front of him, but because he loves what is behind him. Lastly, I'll explain the particular nobility in actually fighting for your country. A scholarly journal, Armed Forces and Society, explains that less than 1% of the America's total population has served in our armed forces. Furthermore, the percentage of America's military who has actually seen combat is an even smaller fraction in the complete of our armed forces. In General Douglas MacArthur's speech to his West Point graduates, he speaks of patience under adversity, courage under fire, and modesty in victory. That is precisely the moral code of the American fighting man. There is a certain nobility and humbleness I feel every time I put this uniform on. Naturally, over the years, it's a little bit tighter around the edges. It doesn't squeeze into it as easily as I used to. But I probably couldn't run a 10-mile rucksack anymore either. As such, I'm still humbled to have the opportunity of joining the ranks of our military's elite. Furthermore, it's been my unwavering honor to have served the likes of hundreds and thousands of Marines who took that very same path. In conclusion today, I hope you have a better idea behind the applied meaning of duty, honor, country, in which case I'll leave you with a few final thoughts. As depicted in the American Diplomacy Journal, it is the soldier more than any other person who prays for peace, because it's the soldier who must suffer and bear the deepest wounds of war. As unfortunate as it is, we are constantly reminded of Plato's philosophy that only the dead have seen the end of war. Thus, I'm so proud to have followed the motto, duty, honor, country. As a final takeaway and piece of advice, I look around the room today and I see a lot of faces, quite frankly, I don't know. I've been to a few football games. With that being said, I see faces of every walk of life, rich and poor, young and old, ethnically diverse, and so on. With that said, I challenge each and every one of you to challenge yourself every day that you wake up. Challenge yourself to always do better. Challenge yourself to do something bigger than yourself. Find a passion and fulfill it. Most importantly, leave every place that you visit better than when you found it. As you go through life, there's going to be challenges and obstacles around every corner you met. It's important to remember that when you face these challenges, it's okay to be scared. In fact, it's natural. But don't be afraid that every time you're faced with adversity, you choose to take the high ground and go around it. Face your fears, follow your passions, because win or lose, there is no failure in knowing that you get your best. Thank you all for having me this afternoon. It's been an honor and a privilege to talk to you.